Our guest today is Siba Saoud, an award-winning real estate professional based in Halifax, a devoted mother, and an immigrant from Syria, a Titan Club Award recipient with a background in civil engineering. Siba is known for her resilience, her people-first approach, and her passion for helping families and newcomers find healthy, safe homes. While raising 3 boys, she has built a thriving career grounded in mentorship, community impact, and leading with heart, redefining success through balance, purpose, and giving back. I am so excited for this conversation. Please join me in welcoming Siba Saoud to the show. You look lovely, by the way.
Oh, thank you, Agnes.
Welcome to my show.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. All right. So, Siba, you grew up in Syria.
Yes.
You obtained your civil engineering degree in Arabic, correct?
Yeah.
Good. So, take us back to the beginning, the very, very beginning. What was it really like arriving in Canada with limited English proficiency? And what were your biggest challenges you faced early on?
When I first arrived in Canada, my English was, let's just say, very creative. I knew the basics, but real life English, real conversations, speed jokes, that was a whole new language for me. I remember I used to nodding, smiling a lot, pretending like I understood, but I did not. Even small missions felt so big for me, like doctor's appointments, chatting with the neighbors. Over time, I learned English. I worked on it, and it became better. The real challenge was not the language itself. It was feeling invisible. Back home, I was very confident, educated, capable. But here, I had to ask people sometimes to repeat themselves 3 times, and that makes you lose that confidence you have. Yeah,
and affect your self-esteem.
Exactly. Yeah.
And was there a moment when you questioned whether you could truly rebuild here? What helped you to keep going through it all?
Honestly, I never questioned if I can rebuild here. I had to. I always knew that if you put the hard work, you get the work done. Even like that belief, I had it very early on, even in elementary schools. My parents never gave me or my sisters the choice to settle for less.
Settle for less.
Yeah, we had to work hard. So that was never in my plan to give up.
I concur with you. I mean, those of us, immigrants.
Yeah.
It's embedded in us that you have to find a way to survive. It's hard work, resilience,
yes, exactly.
Roll up your sleeves and keep going.
Yeah.
And how did language barriers affect your confidence? Like you've mentioned it kind of, and sense of identity in those early years. Like, did you kind of lose yourself, in the process?
Language barrier affected my confidence a lot, yes. It's not because I didn't know who I was. It's because when you cannot really express yourself, people don't really see the real you. So I felt for a moment that my personality was on a pause.
On a pause.
Yes, I had ideas, I had opinions, I knew what I wanted, but
you didn't know how to express it to the best that you can.
Exactly, like the words did not always sound the way I had them in my mind.
Yeah.
But over time, I knew that I didn't lose my identity or my personality. It was just waiting for a new language. As my English improved, I got my confidence back, and actually it came back stronger because I learned how to listen carefully, how to choose my words better, and how to speak with intention.
With intention.
Yeah.
Starting takes courage, especially when language and culture feels unfamiliar. What drew you to real estate? I'm very curious to know that. And how did you navigate? Like, you had a background in civil engineering. How
Yeah.
did you navigate that with your career now?
My real estate found me. I didn't find it.
Tell me
Because
more.
I'm a very social person. I get my energy from the people around me, and but I always loved houses, construction, plans. But at the same time, I love people. I didn't want to choose a career that will make me work only with numbers and drawings. I wanted that human connection.
Absolutely.
So real estate gave me both. I still get to work with homes, construction, land, zoning, but at the same time, I get to help people through the biggest decision of their lives.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's that connection, isn't
Yeah.
it? Good. As a woman and immigrant, did you ever feel you had to work harder to be taken seriously? And how did you protect your confidence?
As a woman, to be honest, no, I never felt my gender held me back. I was always able to make a space for myself and to speak up. But as an immigrant, yes, especially early on my career, I had moments when I wondered if people trusted my experience and my knowledge. Because I was not born here, I didn't go to school here, and I didn't grow up in the type of homes I'm selling. So, yeah. So I knew that I had the foundation because of my background in civil engineering, but I leaned on preparation, and I invested in education. I did courses, I got more certifications, licenses, and continuous education. When you're prepared and you know your stuff, you feel that confidence come to you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Preparation is key.
Yeah.
I concur with you, especially in my own field where you have, as a doctor,
Yeah.
I remember when I sat waiting for a patient to come in, and patient came in and said, "Are you the doctor?" No, and another one said, "Thank you, nurse, for taking care of me today." And automatically in that field, when they see women, they kind of attribute them to nurses, and then, men, doctors. So I could understand.
Yeah.
And throughout the consultation, I could feel that I need to prove myself why I'm a doctor and not a nurse. And there's nothing wrong with that. We are all, team working in a team, and everyone has their own individual. If I wanted to go see someone, a nurse practitioner, I'm so impressed with them because there's no difference in what we're doing. And it's that education and awareness that it doesn't matter whether you're a lady or a man or whatever you are. The most important thing is your experience, and that's what you said, that you have to invest in courses, improve, work on your experience that increase your confidence and delivery.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. And how has your definition of success changed from when you arrived to now?
The beginning success for me was just to be able to speak English comfortably, to chat with the neighbors, to watch a movie without subtitles and actually enjoy it. Mm-hmm. But when I started my career in real estate, like every other agent, at the beginning, your success is how many deals you do, how many transactions, how many people you help. But it didn't take me long to realize that the real success in my business is when you hear the good feedback from people, when you feel that you actually had a big impact on their lives, they trusted you, you took good care of them. That was the feel of success for me then. Success for me is balance, is finding that balance. Yeah. I still want to provide for my family through my career, but at the same time, I want to have the time to spend with my kids, my family, and the people I love. that balance for me is success now.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Is that, I guess, well-being is that complete state of balance where you're balancing your financials, your socials, your
Yeah.
psychological well-being, and your physical well-being, your everything, your spiritual well-being is that complete state of balance. And
Yeah.
that's what we call, that's well-being.
Exactly.
So for me, what I've deducted from what you said so far is that success looks different when it's built with purpose and resilience.
Yeah.
And coming up, we'll be discussing family, motherhood, and back to school balance, just like you said. We'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Siba Saoud and I'm a real estate agent with Remax Nova here in Halifax. I moved to Canada years ago, and like many of my clients, I know how it feels like to start fresh, build a life, and find the right place to call home. Before real estate, I was a civil engineer, so I've always had an eye for value, design, and structure. But what I truly love is working with people. Over the years, I've helped so many families, especially newcomers and professionals, not just buy or sell homes, but really feel confident and settled in their decisions. For me, this business is not just about the transactions. It's about the trust, relationships, and being there for my clients every step of the way, before, during, and long after the deal is done. I'm also proud to work alongside with my sister Rafa as a team. Together, we make sure our clients are always supported, cared for, and never alone in the process. If you're thinking of buying, selling, or just exploring your options in Halifax, I'd love to connect and help.
So welcome back. Siba, you're raising 3 boys while managing a demanding career. How do you approach balance, especially during busy seasons like back to school?
I do set priorities, and I plan ahead, I organize, I manage my time. Sometimes my work needs more of me, other times my kids
Need more of you.
Yeah, of course. So I just try to plan ahead for everything I need to do. And I try to be present in the moment, whatever it is, and wherever I am.
That's important. So it's not the quantity of
Yeah.
time, but the quality as well. That's what's
Exactly.
important.
Yeah.
And preparation.
Yeah.
Do you do batch cooking or anything?
I do. I do. Sunday night.
Exactly.
I cook for the whole week.
When you said you prepare, I just
Yeah.
in my head I was like, "There's
all-
no way
Yeah.
she must be doing
Lunch
batch."
boxes, our big ones. Yeah.
Exactly. Okay.
Yeah.
And what routines help support your children's emotional well-being and confidence?
We talk, and we talk a lot about everything. School, friends, even like big emotions that they don't understand. We always talk, especially in the car when I'm driving them around. I love that time with
Yeah.
them. I always remind them that they are important and their value is not in the achievements. It's actually in the hard work that they put towards achievements. So we celebrate small efforts, not just the results. And I believe that what gives them confidence.
Absolutely. I agree with you. As a mom of 3, well, Ole, my baby, he plays basketball
Yeah.
and he actually plays competitive basketball in the school team. So I agree. How do we support them when they lose, when they win?
Yeah.
And just reinforcing that it's not about winning all the time. It's actually about the hard work
Yeah.
and the consistency that
Exactly.
they put in. And that's where the values come in.
My parents were very strict about education, and that what shaped the person I am today. But also, I learned from it what I want to do different with my boys.
Yeah.
I want them to feel safe to talk to me, and I want them to know that it's okay to fail, but you have to try again.
You have to try again and not give
and
up.
their value is not just with grades or the degrees they get. It's in their character, their kindness,
Integrity.
their personality. Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's just linking us to the next question, similar. How do you talk to your children about identity, resilience, and self-belief?
I keep reminding them about their roots and the family they came from. I want them to be proud of it. And they are actually, they're very proud to be originally Syrian and Middle Eastern. The self-belief, it comes from, again, not, trying to support their trials. I keep reminding them that they are loved no matter what.
That's awesome. And that's it. As a mom, what can we do? We just to reinforce that.
Exactly.
Love, the environment children are brought up from really, really is so important. In Nigeria, we will say that charity begins at home.
Yeah.
Meaning, how do we consistently, integrate our culture, our values, our beliefs to our kids? Because all those things, they all help to shape who they are and how they show up to others and the world.
Exactly.
It's so important.
I remind them to be proud of their cultures, but at the same time, we show them how important it is to respect everyone around and to be kind to everyone
and
around
respect
you.
people's cultures and beliefs as well.
Exactly.
Awesome. People say women can have it all: career, family, and marriage. From your lived experience, what does that really mean, and what has balance look like for you?
Women can have it all, but maybe not at
can't have it all. Which one?
They can, but not in every season in their life. Like for me, when I got married and had my children, I had the 3 of them in 4 years. I didn't work. I stayed home with them until my youngest started daycare. So I had the marriage, I had the family, but I did not have the career. Once my youngest started daycare, that's when I started to work. Yes, now I can say that I'm at the season where I have it all: family, marriage, career. But because I do have the support of my family, my husband is very supportive. My kids they are a little older now, and they can depend on themselves a bit. So yes, I do have it all now.
So from what I can understand, you can have it all, but not at the same time.
And not in every season of your life.
And not in every season of your life.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, women can do everything.
Yeah. You often speak from the importance of healthy, safe homes. Why does housing matter so much for mental and physical well-being?
Because home is not just walls and roof. It's where life happens. Healthy, safe home gives you that peace of mind, make you sleep well, think clearly, make your stress much less. So yes, it's very important to have a safe and healthy home to be able to be yourself and do your job. I see how things affect families, like sometimes the layout of a home, the sunlight, the air quality, the noise, even the noise would affect families and their well-being. So that's why choosing the right home, the safe place for you and your family, it makes you live better and produce better.
For newcomers and families, what should they look for in a home that supports long-term health and safety?
They need to actually choose the right house for them in terms of the layout that will work perfect for their family, especially for their kids to feel safe after a big move and after starting over. I always tell my clients that try to look beyond the beautiful finishes. Make sure that this layout work for you. Make sure that you have enough sunlight in the house, good air quality, good foundation, good insulation. The most important thing for newcomers, to be honest, is to choose the right location, because they need to be close to amenities, to services, healthcare, and more important, to be surrounded with a supportive community, because having people that around you that share same stories and can support you is what helps you to start over in a new country.
You're absolutely spot on. This is me personally. So when I moved to Canada, I was living in somewhere in another district, but I had to move because I felt my kids were used to, going on public transport when we were in the UK.
Yeah.
And I hardly drove them around unless it's for activities or go to church and all. But anything about them meeting up with their friends and going to the mall and what have you, they would just tell me where they're going and the bus route, and they would just sort themselves out. But when I moved to this division, first of all, it was almost 40 minutes to walk to the bus stop.
Yeah.
And then it took good 30 minutes for the bus to come. And my kids were complaining. And you're right, you have to look for an area where you're close to amenities. There was one time I was cooking, can't remember, and then I needed, or was it, no, I finished, I was making homemade burger, and we ran out of ketchup. But the thought of driving out to go to the closest grocery store, we ate the burger like that. But if where I'm leaving now, it's very easy. I can just, 3 minutes at the grocery store. So you're right, all those things matter. And secondly, when I was looking to buy my home, I wanted the rooms, or most of them, at least for my kids, I have 3 kids, so I needed 4 rooms up.
Yeah.
So that it's just, for me, it's a new neighborhood, new country, and that gave me a sense of, safety, that all the rooms, I don't have like my daughter downstairs in the basement, and then she's all on a walkout basement. So I'm happy that you raised that, and that's good advice for newcomers coming to Canada.
Yeah.
So Siba, how does your lived experience shape the way you support clients beyond the transaction?
As an immigrant woman, I know how difficult it is to make the wrong decision, especially when it comes to buying your first home. So I don't just focus on the transaction itself. I actually focus on the people, my clients. I talk to them. I try to understand their needs. I guide them in the right direction, and I help them throughout every step of the way. And it doesn't really stop when I hand them the keys. Even after they move into their new home, I check on them, I call them, I make sure that they settled well in the community around them, and I invite them to my events. I make them feel that they belong and they're supported all the way.
Actually, what you said is absolutely the truth, because I was your client and you helped me to buy my home. So absolutely, what you said is true. And I felt so supported by your guidance, and just knowing that you were there all the way. Thank you. All right. So why mentorship? Why mentorship is, especially for women and immigrants, why is mentorship so important to you?
Because again, I was new here. I started over in a new country. I know how difficult it is to be in a place where you don't really understand the system. You don't know the questions you need to ask and who to ask. So now, being here today, where I know the country, I know the system, I know what mistakes you need to avoid. I want to be that person that I once needed to be in my life. Helping immigrant women rise and succeed gives you that feel that that has a huge impact. No title or award will give you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Is that giving back to the society?
Exactly.
Helping other women rise. And I like what you said, that how do I want to show up to these women, show up in a way that I would have been, how will I put it? I want to show up in a way that I needed myself back then, when I was going through what they're going through now.
Exactly. And the feeling you get when you offer that help and you see them that they're benefiting from it and actually succeeding, the feeling is amazing.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It drives so much fulfillment in that. Okay. So what inner strength surprised you most about yourself along this journey? like your immigrant journey, settling here in Canada, your career, your family, your social connection, network, looking at all of that, like if you were to kind of watch a movie about yourself from when you arrived in Canada to now, what inner strength surprised you the most about yourself?
That I kept going even when
Resilience.
Yeah, I kept going even when I felt confused, scared, worried. That I can actually fail and get up the next day and do the work.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Even in the midst of uncertainty, finding that hope and courage to keep moving forward.
Yeah, I was surprised about myself.
If someone watching feels stuck, afraid, or overwhelmed, what message would you leave them with today?
I told them, you don't really need to know all the answers today. Just to try to take it one step a day. And don't compare your journey to others, because your timing is yours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On that note, we're going to take a short break and we'll be right back.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Siba Saoud and I'm a real estate agent with Remax Nova here in Halifax. I moved to Canada years ago, and like many of my clients, I know how it feels like to start fresh, build a life, and find the right place to call home. Before real estate, I was a civil engineer, so I've always had an eye for value, design, and structure. But what I truly love is working with people. Over the years, I've helped so many families, especially newcomers and professionals, not just buy or sell homes, but really feel confident and settled in their decisions. For me, this business is not just about the transactions. It's about the trust, relationships, and being there for my clients every step of the way, before, during, and long after the deal is done. I'm also proud to work alongside with my sister Rafa as a team. Together, we make sure our clients are always supported, cared for, and never alone in the process. If you're thinking of buying, selling, or just exploring your options in Halifax, I'd love to connect and help.
Welcome back to Talk with Dr. Agnes. Our special guest today has been talking about her journey in life as an immigrant, career woman, balancing it all, family, and what have you. So this segment is becoming, well, it's fast becoming my favorite segment, the fire chat, the rapid fire chat segment, and followed by audience questions and answer. So Siba, here we go. You ready? A health belief you grew up with that actually worked.
That's everything is actually here. Your mindset is what makes you healthy or not.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. A health myth you later learned wasn't true.
That you should take antibiotics every time you have sore
Spot on.
throat.
Oh, that was great. I mean, coming from a doctor, you have to, educate patients that, docs, especially those of us from, immigrants back home, everything is antibiotics.
Yes.
You're having headache, antibiotics, everything. And just trying to help them unlearn that you have a viral infection, you don't need antibiotics.
Yeah.
It will take care of itself, and just warm fluids, drink, hydrate yourself, rest, and everything. But that's a good one.
Yeah.
A home remedy you still swear by?
Warm lemon water with honey.
Oh. You know why I love that? Because yes, they're home remedies, but they have medicinal benefits.
Yeah.
For example, they help to reduce inflammation, help to soothe throat. If you go to the drugstore and look at those lozenges, you see lemon, honey, and what have you. So they do have medicinal benefit, and you can as well do that at home. Brilliant. I love that. One health habit you adopted after moving to Canada?
Going to the gym and walking outside even when it's cold.
Really? You go outside when it's cold? Yeah, you're trooper. So mine, I was born in Nigeria, Lagos, Nigeria, and I grew up there. We have sunshine almost all year round.
Yeah.
So therefore, we're exposed to ultraviolet B radiation. And I'm not sure I haven't ever checked my vitamin D in Nigeria.
Yeah.
But here during winter, I make sure that I take my vitamin D because it's essential. It helps to improve calcium absorption, which helps with bones, bone health, muscle, and and it helps to boost our immune system.
Yeah.
So I take vitamin D now.
That's a
every
good
day.
habit. I should adapt it.
Something you now do differently for your children's health than how you were raised.
I teach them about good eating habits, and I do encourage them to go to the gym. Yeah, back in my country, that was not something that we would care about, but here it's definitely very important.
Awesome.
But to be honest, this generation, they're actually like very educated about the healthy eating
I know.
habits. Yeah,
I
I
know.
learn from them sometimes. Yeah.
Or sometimes when I slack on my diet, even my children, they say, "Mom, you sure you're supposed to be eating that?"
Yeah.
I was like, actually during Christmas when I was, eating all the chocolates. Mom, you've eaten like 4 already.
Counting
right.
for you.
All right, your go-to tip for staying well during busy seasons, like, for example, back to school and Christmas and what have you?
Just being organized and plan ahead.
Organizational skills and planning ahead. I like
Yeah.
that. Okay. Finally, one small daily habit that keeps you grounded.
That morning coffee on FaceTime call with my parents and my sisters. Yeah.
I love that. Do you know what that actually means? That's a form of self-care.
Yeah.
And as we know, self-care is not a form of weakness, but it's actually strength, wisdom. And what I actually liked was you connecting with your loved ones.
Yeah.
That's what we call social connection, evidence-based.
Yeah.
It helps with emotional regulation, and you're keeping up your relationship with your loved ones.
Yeah.
But that's for you in the morning, like trying to set the mood or set the tone for the day.
Yeah.
You connect with your family, and it's mutual derivation of happiness and what have you.
I call it my antidepressant
See
medication.
what I'm saying? Emotional regulation.
Yeah.
And it's actually very good. That's nourishment
Yeah.
to your brain, to your heart, and your soul. I love that.
Thank you.
I learned that from you today. I'll start doing that with my mom every morning.
Yeah, you should.
All right. So we're going to head next for the questions. Are you ready for questions from the audience? All right, here we go.
If one of your kids wanted to become a realtor, what advice would you have for them?
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. I will advise them to continue their education first, to get a degree before they become realtors, and to focus on what's needed nowadays to become a successful realtor, to learn AI, marketing, social media, and to learn how to manage your time and organize your stuff.
Siba, if you have one advice to give to a woman who wants to pursue a real estate industry, especially if she's a mom, what would it be?
Be social, meet new people, network as much as you can. And as a mom, I would advise her to learn how to ask for help, to learn how to delegate, and how to be organized and to manage her time.
Thank you, Siba, for sharing your story, your journey with so much grace and authenticity. And it's been an absolute pleasure having you on my show. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Agnes, for having me. That was great.
Today's conversation reminds us that resilience is built one step at a time. Siba's journey shows us that barriers don't define us, perseverance does. From building safe, healthy homes to balancing career, family, and identity, her story reminds us that success isn't just about achievement, it's about impact and lifting others as we rise. As we wrap up, please remember this: we are rooted in story and we rise together. Thank you for being part of this space, where real conversations about health, purpose and lived experience matters. Share this conversation, stay connected, and take care of your health, your dreams, and each other. My name is Dr. Agnes, and this is Talk with Dr. Agnes. See you soon.